Good day, everybody. I'd like to share a set I just finished now in case you'd like to watch. I made another figure eight, geometric figure eight, nothing fancy or extra straights or anything, of an early Scout set. I got some terribly neglected Scout cars in. This tender's been repainted, and the tanker, the gondola, and the caboose wasn't with it. I added that. No, it was. No, wait. The caboose shell was busted. That was it. I switched shells. But it's got the early Scout couplers, if you can see. You know, with the early days, they call them Scout couplers, before knuckle. And everything was in a barn for about 50, 60 years. Terribly rusty, but I saved everything. They were so rusty that some of the coupler springs, the return springs, wouldn't snap. And as I tried to de-rust them, I put some WD-40, work it back and forth a little. I couldn't get it to go, so I had to grind the pins out. And I checked with Jeff at the train tender, Jeff Kane, and he had some. He had springs. There's little springs in there, like a compression spring, you know, coil. And the rivet, I think I said pin. I cut the rivet, so I put them back together. The coupler heads were good, but they were so rusty that the springs were just gone even. Of course, the shells you clean up in dishwater, Dawn or whatever dish soap you use. And I cleaned and sanded and cleaned the frame, the trucks, the wheels, and the Scout tender was taken down to nothing, bare metal. And again, Jeff's got the train tender, has the Scout stickers. I love those. He's got so many decals, all American Flyer, Marks, Lionel, all the decals. Wow. Anyway, he sells these very cheap. They're adhesive too. It's not a water decal. Very thin adhesive decal. I think they look great. Because whenever you take down one of these tin box tenders, of course the lettering's gone, graphics. Yeah, and then I'll show you the caboose here. Whoop! Thought I was going forward. It's got the correct frame, but the shell was busted and I couldn't save it. So I had this plain shell, which I thought, why not? I'll throw it in the plain shell. It didn't come with graphics. I don't know what Lionel did with it or where they used it. But on my computer, I wanted to put something on my Word program. It's Word, Microsoft Word. I printed the paper with the Lionel lines about, get the, what do you call it, not the font, but the size of the letters. There's a word for that. You choose big or small, anywhere in between. I made Lionel lines and then the numbers. I just put that number on there. I don't know if that was an actual. And you glue the paper to a very thin piece of cardboard, which is on a sheet, and laminate the top with packing tape. So it's laminated, and when you glue it on, let the glue dry a very short period of time, then you trim around where your work area is, and glue them on here. Glue the cardboard with a little bit of appropriate glue, whatever you like to use. I use Gorilla Grip. So I tell you, if you want to make your own graphics, Microsoft Word, and you can also, if you want to have white lettering, you can have the background, like maybe for the gondola here, you can try to colorize the background and then use white letters. So when you got ribs here, but when you stick it on there, maybe just the paper, it'll look just like white letters. If you look real close, you'll probably see where you didn't match the blue right, but that would look pretty neat too. It says runner a bit. Got enough traction for a little Scout in it. I don't think this is a Scout. It's got a Scout motor, but there's no numbers on the cab. It's a Lionel, but it's one of those later Scout type ones. Got a headlight, reverse unit, Scout motor. Typical Scout motor. I think it's got a traction tire. I'm not sure the manufacturer of my bridge. I just got it in from Trains with a Z. I bought a huge bunch of accessories for my sets, and that bridge was in one of the listings. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't see a Marks logo. It says Great Northern, but it's a little bit about 3 inches longer than a Lionel. It's a nice bridge, so I use that. I like just running like this too. Dug out this power pack from my pile. 45 watt. It's got plenty. I love those little box tenders. Trying to highball a little here without flipping it. That was full. I don't want to flip it. Woohoo! What do you think about, I'm a little bit older, so the man that stops playing grows old. What do you think? Why do those other people look like this? Went with gray trestles. I got pretty much all colors. I'm getting a little happy here. I'm going to wipe out going down. A tip for any trestle set, like I put in some of my videos, is you can bank the trestles. Take a shim and put it under like one side, whoop, so it kind of banks like that, and your steamers will stay on better without rolling over. Bank each one, you know. Bank it like banking a curve. On curves only. It's a great trick. You can go faster than too, especially coming down. I didn't bank here. I don't think this engine's a problem. Kind of lightweight plastic. You could flip it, but I don't. Another video. Maybe not this video. I don't think I'll ever do it, but I thought it'd be fun trying to actually accurately recreate the Addams Family crash scene. Real time. With explosions and fire. I don't think I'd want to do that in the house. I always say in my videos it took me about 10 times as a kid to go, hey wait, this is the same crash scene over and over. back up. I don't think I want to push them uphill or they might derail. That's lightweight tender in that. Woohoo! My first Lionel set as a kid, very early 70s, I don't know if it was 69. It was the Virginian FM. Is that 2331? I think? I had a 4x8 set my dad gave us, me and my brother. It wasn't a Virginian caboose, but I had the triple log, green log car with the chains, an operating milk car, operating piggyback flat car with the forklift, 022 switches, dual gauge, maroon Lehigh Valley hopper. Trying to remember now. Must have had a tanker, I don't remember. Auto loader, the 4 cars. I think they're multicolored. And it didn't hit the bridge. I think maybe my dad, my uncle set that up for us. He might have put risers on that. I don't remember that going under a bridge. The Virginian had a horn, but it would stick sometimes. So Dad kept the battery out of it. And we always kept telling him, Dad, put the battery in, want to use the horn. Without saying too much, I think it was, I'm tired of hearing that thing stay on. And we'd dump it, and he'd yell at us, hey, take it easy, it's expensive. Not on purpose dump it, just hitting a curve too fast. The LW transformer, I had an LW on it. I don't remember a box car. And I never got pictures of that set. Man, what a shame. Too young. I didn't think of it. It went one day and it went for an HO. We went HO about 77, 76. Love the Lionel set. For some reason we just went HO. Lionel's in my heart though. I'm Lionel. Really, for life. But I've expanded to appreciating all the makes and all the gauges. American Flyer marks, everything. G, even G. Haven't touched the Z, maybe someday. It's a great run. Just completed this. I get up pretty early, so this is before breakfast. The sun's not even up here yet. After the video, I'm gonna go eat. Watch for the next set. If you've seen my video quite recently of the 2-train relay controlled set, it's gonna be like that, but that's the first relay one I learned to do. That one's sold already. Went to Connecticut, I think. I'm gonna make another one. If you ever want one of those sets and you go look for it and it looks like it's sold, I make another one just like it. I got a ton of everything, all the track and that. But my next set after this one, I don't know if I'm going to get right to it, so watch in a couple of weeks. It's another relay set, but I thought it would be so cool to intercross two lines with a grid, but rig it so that they'd never hit. I think I know how I'm going to do it. It took a lot of figuring out in my head. I didn't put it on paper. It's going to be an interurban trolley line with a Lionel trolley, of course, O gauge, with a freight train going over and under all over the place. And at the kind of the off center of the left, or mid left kind of, there's going to be the grid there, 45. And if the train's coming by, the trolley's going to automatically stop and restart without doing anything with the transformer. I'll show you in a video. Of course, if it works out, I'm sure it will. So first I got to separate the grid because it's going to have two different throttles. I'm not going to work it off one. And then put a stop track for the trolley right before the grid. And then you got to have some way to stop the trolley with the approaching train. So rather than power it, I'm going to unpower it by having the length of the train be where it won't send power with the outer rail method. You know, use the insulated outer rail. The length of the train before, maybe this is too much describing without showing you. The stop track won't get any power if the train's too close, like a couple tracks away. And when it passes, it'll hit another track on the other side when the caboose clears. That'll send power to the stop track, and the trolley will go as soon as the caboose goes. I think it'll work. No relays or nothing, just the insulated outer rail method. Watch for it in a couple weeks, if you'd like to, like I always say. And then after you send it on its way, I thought, well, what happens if the trolley's coming towards the grid and the train's way over on the other side? It'll stop. So I'm going to measure the length of the train, the freight train, with metal wheels, so that wherever it is on the layout, like every fourth track or so, I'll have an insulated track to send power to the stop track. So wherever the freight train is, even if it's sitting still, the trolley will just keep running. And only in those tracks approaching where the freight train's approaching the grid will there be nothing going to, none of the tracks will send power, and the trolley should stop. And then restart again when the, when the train goes by. Freight train. I'm going to use an old Lionel R transformer. Lionel R. It's got two dials. It's a twin throttle, but it's got dials instead of levers. And if it isn't pre-war, it's very early post-war. 100 watt. And you don't have to do the idea, if you want to do it, it doesn't have to be interurban. It can be two freight trains. One will just stop for the other. You pick one to be the stop one, They won't both do it, unless you really want to think on that. Boy, I should have seen these cars. This isn't the engine. I think the shell was busted too, like the caboose, the engine went. So I just put a different engine on. These cars are rusty and dirty. Wow. I soak everything in evapor rust. Like I always recommend. Try that, it's really good stuff. Another trick with evapor rust is if you're soaking it and it's really rusty, and 5 or 6 hours it looks like, well, it's kind of getting there. I found out it'll brush off. You don't have to wait for it to dissolve. Take any kind of light brush you got after soaking it for a number of hours, and then brush over it, whether it's a piece of track or a car or wheels, and it comes off. And if you want to soak it a little farther, or farther even further, that's only if it's really bad. I'm getting ready to wind her up here. End the video, I mean. The camera says 21 minutes. Wow. I'm good talking. This set's for sale. I'm gonna price it around 100, and it's always for sale at my website, thetrainsaver.com. There's some things on eBay too. I'd rather post it on my site though, because then eBay don't get their cut. Rather sell on my site. A lot of things are on both sites. Make more sales. You know. A website tip: if you're thinking of starting your own website, you do it right from your house. You just follow their instructions. But a company called Webador is really simple and easy, and it's even recommended for being so simple, because it's pretty complex otherwise to start all that. It's Webador, I think. Webador. That's what I got. And they got templates and this and that, and you just pick what you want, and it's up and running. It costs something. There's different packages, like basic, advanced, ultimate, that kind of thing. I think I got the step up from basic because I wanted to post a lot, have a large inventory on there, or whatever you call it. There's a lot of other website companies. Pick the one you want. It's coming in. Oh, I wanted to stop it, but cut out. Come in slow and stuff. Trolls pretty good, man. Woohoo! Whoop whoop. The stop whistle signal. 2 short blasts. Toots. Well, that's it. I'm gonna go. Talk to you soon again. Have a good day, and God bless you.